Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah! Fuck! Welcome to the Thursday Night Football. Wow. Oh, sorry.
Nick,
Welcome
yeah,
to the
bro.
Thursday Night Football review. What a sleepy old game that one was.
Mate, it was
PJC Sports is here, as always. Brother, I'm trying to stay awake after that game. How are you?
I'm going good, man. I honestly think tomorrow's going to be a lot better, but as for tonight's game, really, dude, Dragons just playing in patches. The Dolphins, by far the most consistent team this game. They deserved the win, but for a 26-12, pretty high-scoring game, I felt a little let down.
I just want to go to sleep, if I'm being honest. That's all I want to do, bro. That was so bad.
Well, we got our obligation, bro, to do this. But after this, you can go right to bed, mate.
After this game's
prepare
over,
yourself for the loss tomorrow.
After this game, I'm going straight to bed, I think. That was bad. That was hard to watch. Dolphins 26, Dragons 12. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Like the live stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. Would really appreciate that. Welcome to the Thursday Night Football review for round 13 of the NRL. I'm joined by YouTuber TJC Sports. Hello to the live chat. Luke Melbourne Storm fan, William Pearson, Marley Prime, Damien from Newcastle, Yeet Boy. We're not going to be on here for a long time. That game was a sleepy snooze fest, and with all due respect to both sides aren't horrible. I think bedtime is what's on my mind right now. Don't know about you, TJC, but
oh no, definitely, man. I've got to be up
looking
early
forward
to
to going to bed. I'm not going to lie. That game was whatever. All right, let's get into the review. I don't think we have a whole lot to talk about. There's a few minor issues that I might have a bit of a problem with, but let's get into the review, shall we? Dolphins versus Dragons. I want to know what the completion rate was first. Dolphins 84%, Dragons 77%. So both sides completed very well, but it's just the way that both sides used the football, the way they attacked was very mid and average. Did you feel the same, TJC?
Yeah, honestly, mate, I wasn't that excited by either team. Even with the Dolphins tries, most of them were just the Dragons' defense being shit.
Yeah.
And then you look at the Dragons tries, and it's just patches, man, patches. I wasn't really impressed with anything.
Yeah, no, neither was I. I scored one try off a grubber kick, and I scored one try off lazy defense, really. The Dragons made 398 tackles tonight. And Dolphins made 327. So Dragons definitely did more defense. Dolphins missed more tackles than Dragons. Wow.
What?
Dolphins missed 43 tackles.
What the? Mate, that's not good enough.
Dragons missed 23.
If they're not playing the Dragons and they're playing a Bunnies or something, that's a big no-no.
Yeah. 6 against were what? 3-1 in favor of the Dragons. 8-5 penalty count in favor of the Dolphins. 8 errors from the Dolphins, 7 from the Dragons. 1 sin bin, which we'll get to, don't worry. We'll have to balance sin bin. I'm so confused with some of these rules, man.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one, but we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. All right, let's get into the review. So, Zach Lomax was given a penalty in the 4th minute from late. I don't know what the fuck they're calling this. So I wrote this down. because I knew this was going to be talked about. 4th minute of the game, right? Marshall King runs down the line, puts some really nice kick pressure on Sullivan. It's not late. It's not high. It's not careless. It's not reckless. It's not a shoulder charge. I've watched it over and over again, TJC. I'm struggling to understand what Marshall King did wrong.
I have no idea, man. I honestly, I at the time did not understand a thing about what was going on. I just went, oh, here we go. Apparently it's the other team's ball now. Didn't make sense to me at the time. I thought he was perfectly within his right to do everything he did.
It wasn't a high shot. It wasn't a
No.
late shot. It wasn't.
Tell me one part of the rules it broke. And it did break a part of the rule. It's just us being soft again, in my opinion.
I'd love to know what Marshall King did wrong. I mean, he put pressure on him, as you're meant to do. So I'm confused on why that was even a penalty. So Dragons go up 2-0. Not that it mattered, but there was a no try about a minute later to Amone. I reckon they got it right. I think Amone hit the ground with his elbow, and Kenny Bromwich had him wrapped up still. When it happened live, I said, this won't be a try. And the longer it went on, I said, well, this won't be a try, guys, because Amone hits the ground and he's tackled by Bromwich. So I think the Amone no try was actually the right call, TJC.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I thought the call was good. I thought the call was good. At the time, I was like, I didn't spot it like you in live play. I was like, what? No try? I thought he cleanly jumped over. But then when they showed the replay, I was like, you know what? Yeah, he's definitely moved another, it's not.
It's definitely tackled.
Yeah, he's definitely tackled. He couldn't go forward. So, in my opinion, they did the right call saying, go back, we're going to continue, but no try, Yeah.
You know what confuses me about that rule, right? So he hit the ground and he was tackled. He got up and played advantage and was denied the try. Wouldn't that be considered a double movement? Why was it Dragons' ball?
Yeah, that's what confused me too. I thought when they said no try and they were going for double movement that they would say Dragons' ball. I mean, not Dragons' ball, you know what I mean? But apparently it's the Dragons' ball. So, we got to deal with it. It led to a try, I believe, for Jack Bird not long after.
We'll get to that. Yeah, so, I was very confused by that. The Dragons end up with the ball back, which doesn't make any sense. Then there's a kick from Amone for Jack Bird to score the first try. And in case you guys don't follow Nick Bet, always get on the second rowers for first try scorer. So nice way to start the weekend. Jack Bird to score the first try.
Let's go, mate. You always do it.
82.
You always do it.
Always back-to-back rowers.
He does it every week. It's every back rower, and eventually he gets one of them right every time. It's like a cheat code.
It's a cheat code, mate. Think about it.
Bro.
$5 on each back rower from each game. What's that? $20 each game on the back rowers. Score first. It'll pay off eventually.
Mate, you're almost always going to get a profit at that rate.
Yeah. Eventually it'll pay off.
They always put back rowers quite high in the scoring sheets because
bro, the odds for back rowers are insane. Bird was paying $23 to score first. Insane.
Bro, that's insane. It wouldn't have been as impressive if but Bird's such a versatile player. He could have been playing anywhere in that Dragons team, honestly.
Yeah, he's a weapon, bro. Dragons 6-0 after 5 minutes. And then this is where the Dragons fall off a cliff, basically. Dolphins start to find a bit of momentum. 21st minute, Dolphins put across. Milford puts up a kick. Asako catches the ball in the air and runs back inside and scores. Asako in game 200. That was brilliant.
Oh, Asako had an amazing game. Look, Asako, I feel like there was one player that challenged him for such an amazing game that we'll get into when we do the top players. But Jermaine Asako had an absolutely incredible game today.
Game 200.
Game 200, what better could you do for a milestone?
Yeah, exactly. So we get to 6-all. And then in the 24th minute, a very soft try here. Now, Mark Nichols crashes over, a.k.a. the GOAT, as I like to call him.
Mate, we all call him the GOAT. He's the GOAT, bro. The GOAT, greatest forward ever.
this try was soft. So they haven't done me up. All right. Jack Bird out of position, and so was Jack DeBellin. DeBellin was inside the goalpost. Bird was out wide. Bird didn't slide in, and Jack DeBellin didn't slide out. So the gap opened up, and they were both like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And Nichols scored. Pretty soft try.
Oh, mate, it was a very soft try. I was watching and I was just screaming at the Dragons like, how the heck do you allow that?
Yeah.
How do you allow such a bloody soft try? That is the kind of try that you score on the playground. It is ridiculous. That is not a professional rugby league defense, the way that they defended that. Yeah, it was whose job was it to be there? Because whoever's job it was, they need a firm talking to after this.
Well, it was either DeBellin or it was either Bird, because if you go back and watch it, Jack DeBellin's standing right next to the goalpost, which was a bit strange, and I'm going, DeBellin needs to be more wide here, and Jack Bird was out in the back row. He needed to come in a bit more. So they were sort of both out of position. That's why the gap opened up. Oh,
exactly, bro. It just after that try, I went, yeah, the Dolphins are going away with this, aren't they?
Miscommunication. That's all you can really say about that. So 12-6, and then the Jack DeBellin sin bin. Look, I've been calling for the what do you call it? The cannonball tackle to be cracked down on it. I saw it last week in the Penrith Brisbane game. I'm so confused on the rule, bro. I don't even know if it was a cannonball tackle. I'm so confused.
Nah, bro. Honestly, I don't know what they were. Look, I just think that if last week's wasn't, if last week's wasn't, I look at that and I go, surely that you can't call that one when you didn't call the last week one. The inconsistency. I know that refs are different people and they have their different opinions, but we need some more consistency, guys.
Right, the problem is the fans don't have any clarification on the rule, and if you haven't seen a cannonball tackle for quite some time, you get confused and you forget what a cannonball tackle is. So, I was very surprised about the sin bin, but I don't know. If it's a cannonball tackle, then okay, fair enough. But
I thought it was just going to be a penalty, but then suddenly I see the hands are up for 10 in the bin, and I'm like, oh shit! All right, here we go.
The bunker gets involved, and the world changes. I was very surprised about the Jack DeBellin sin bin. I'm just confused on the ruling. I'm confused on it. So if I see a tackle like that tomorrow, it better be a sin bin.
Agreed. It's ridiculous if they don't.
And
mate,
bro,
you watch. In
the second half, when Moses Suley was getting into a bit of a push and shove with Jared Wallace did something similar to what Jack DeBellin did. How come he wasn't sin bin?
I don't know, man. I don't know why it wasn't sin bin.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I was just like, I thought this could get bad, and then suddenly they're like, oh no, it's just there's nothing wrong with it apparently. You know? I feel it just felt like sometimes they're looking for it more than other times. It just felt
like they're looking for a reason to put him in the bin.
Exactly, it's like they're looking for a reason, kind of just to slow down the thing.
So anyway, all we can say on that is another inconsistent problem with the bunker.
Agreed. The bunker.
Yeah. So anyway, we move on. Milford scores a try while it's 13-12. Good to see Milford playing some decent football tonight.
Oh, mate, no doubt. No doubt. It's great to see them playing some good football. At the end of the day, they had some remarkable players today, and I thought it was quite decent from them.
Yeah. So Dolphins led 18-6. And then, bro, right before half time, Dragons still down the 12 men. Toby Couchman, second NRL try. Good on him.
Oh, I know. I was so happy for him. I didn't even remember that he'd scored one before. I was celebrating like it was his first. and then I went, hang on a second. I have a vague memory. He may have scored one, guys. Tell me, But,
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him with that one, dude. It was a great try, and he really did deserve it. I still
Yeah,
can't
he
believe
did.
he's a rookie. He's looking all right.
He's playing well on that Dragon side, and I think he may keep his spot as long as he keeps up all the good work.
I think he's doing great as a benchy for them.
Yeah, he's playing
Just
well.
keep him
So
as a benchy in their future.
without a doubt, we get to half time. It's 18-12, favor of the Dolphins. I thought the Dragons did well to be down 18-12. I think that's a fair enough. I think 18-12 was a fair enough score at half time.
Oh, nah, it was. I think it represented the game quite well at halftime. That scoreline, it kind of just showed you it's the kind of scoreline where it shows you that one team was definitely better, but it still got hope in the game for the other side.
And then the second half begins. This is where I get confused with the Dragons, right? Let's go before half time. They have a bit of momentum. Second half begins, and the Dragons come out the sheds like that try before half time didn't even happen. They had no momentum. They weren't fired up. That they weren't looking for a game changer. They looked flat as hell in that second half, especially at the start.
Mate, it felt the whole thing, like whenever they tried something special, until it worked out with the tries, it felt flat, the whole thing from them.
Dolphins in second half there, 49th minute, they go to the right-hand side. A couple of players get caught out in defence, and Jermaine Asako goes over for his double. That was good to see.
Oh, no. Asaka, when he went over for his double, I was going crazy. I went, yeah, they've probably got this in the bag, but still, was there half an hour to go?
Half an hour to go, yeah.
Yeah, it was about half an hour to go. So, I wasn't ruling out a comeback, but it felt like they had a good chance of winning it by that point in the game.
Yeah. We could get to 24-12. Dragons had a couple of chances, but they didn't really have a lot of ball in the attack. I mean, they had a few repeat sets and whatever, but just, some of the passes that went towards Lomax's side were men. Ravalawa didn't get much ball. Moses Suli kind of felt sorry for him tonight. He didn't get any ball whatsoever.
No, they didn't give him any chances.
They were all over the place. The Dragons didn't use their outside backs well tonight. They used them all
tried.
over the place.
I liked when they had the ball, but they didn't get given it enough.
I'll tell you what confused me, bro. The captain's challenge from the Dragons, 68th minute, the knock on, but they said it was going backwards of Jaden Hunt and knock on from Milford. Jaden Hunt knocked that on every day of the week.
I know. I was calling knock on. I was going, oh guys, it's a knock on, and then suddenly I see it's with the other side. It's like, what the heck are they thinking?
I was shocked.
And then I see some people going, oh, look, it's a 50-50, but I genuinely think he knocked it on.
It's the most obvious knock on I've seen. It was a very tough ball. Lucky it didn't add to anything. Anyway, Milford goes for a field goal, charge down. Dolphins get the ball back, and then Dolphins end up getting a penalty out of it. I can't even remember what the penalty was for. Not that it fucking matters. Saka takes the kick, 26-12. Dragons short kick off, pinged offside, and then there's a knock on. They bring on Valence Tiware with about 4 to go. That was pointless.
Oh, mate. Honestly, I think Valence Tiware is being very underused for the Dolphins, in my opinion. I don't want to question, in my opinion, the GOAT Wayne Bennett, but honestly, there was no point bringing him on by that point.
Well, he played what? He played the full game against Cronulla Magic Round and killed it, had 2 tries, gave it to Talakai. Tonight he played about, the last 4 minutes. So
he didn't get an opportunity to show how good he is he did versus the Cronulla Sharks.
If you bring him on earlier, the Dragons were all over the place. They could have come on and scored a couple of tries, and the game,
definitely.
The game would have been over with 15 minutes left.
No, I'm convinced it would have been on. It would have been done way earlier if he had joined, with at max 20 minutes to go, 15, 20, yeah.
So we get the full time. Dolphins win 26-12. It's a whatever. Dolphins, move on to bigger and better things. Dragons, their goal now is to just try and avoid the wooden spoon. I think that's their goal at the moment.
I hope they can do it, man. I'd hate to see the Dragons get the spoon, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not right. All right, let's go to some of the standouts from tonight. We'll start with the Dolphins. Look, obviously, Osako was outstanding, wasn't he?
Oh, we mentioned it earlier. Jermaine Osaka was one of the best players on the field today. He did everything right and then some for the Dolphins tonight. Like, despite the average performance from both teams in a lot of ways, he was anything but average today in his 200th.
I thought Brinko Lee did some good things out there in the centers. Milford, that was his best game in God knows how long.
Oh, Milford was, mate. Milford was. He was the player I was going to bring up too. I feel like it's not a top 3 for me tonight. For me, it's a top 2, and it's Osako and Milford for me. They have been They were absolutely dominating tonight.
I think we both agree on that. He was good. Also, I didn't even mention Jeremy Marshall King. I thought he was outstanding as well. Done me up.
I'd put him third though. I don't think he was good as the other two, but
Mark
he definitely
Nichols,
did everything right.
Mark Nichols was very good. Jared Wallace was very good. I thought Herman Essie did some good things tonight too for the Dolphins.
No, well, interesting. I didn't even think. I'm pretty sure SA didn't even start as a initial Dolphin starter, but he's done very well coming into their team.
Yeah, no, he definitely done well. I thought he ran for 95 meters tonight, so he was very solid. Now on to the Dragons. Now they didn't have really many standouts at all. Tyrell Sloan cannot get in the game, man. I kind of felt sorry for him tonight. It's not his fault. It's just the way the Dragons play with the football. I felt sorry for Sloan tonight, but he couldn't get involved.
Oh, Sloan, he just couldn't do what we know he can do, mate. He didn't get the opportunities. I honestly think that there's a lot of talent in that kid.
Oh, yeah. He could be the best fullback in the game in a couple of years.
I know. If you think about the shit coaching he's gotten in his career so far, if he just got the right direction, this kid could be a top 5 fullback, honestly. Like what he's shown he can do at his peak. Just got to work on that defense a little bit and be able to be, with help from his team, a little more involved.
I'm not going to mention any more of the back line because I thought they were all very average tonight.
No, the rest were very average, bro. All Bird did was
Amano and Sullivan, look, they're good young kids. They will develop. They will get better. Tonight was just a learning curve for them.
Exactly
I
right,
thought Francis Molo was very good for the Dragons in the front row. It was one of their best.
Francis Molo, he did his best, dude. But like, I feel like there's a couple players, particularly the backs. But I think for forwards, you'd look at a player like Molo. They did their best, but there just was no real opportunity with the way the rest of the team was playing that they could win it.
Francis Molo was very, very good. Jacob Little tried very hard for the Dragons, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Jacob Little I think moving to the Dragons was one of his best decisions. He's looked like a bit of he's been great at number 9. I don't know why he's not the favourite for 9 at their team.
Bird was good until he went off in the second half. Murdoch Masilla, I love him, and I've met him a few times. He gave a shout out to my dad, so I can't criticize
I love him
too much. I feel sorry for him. He doesn't get enough ball.
No, I think that there's a real player in Ben Murdoch-Masila. It's just he hasn't played in any good teams, really. Like, he's left the Wars right after they've kind of, really got up a level. And then he's gone to the Dragons. The Dragons are going downhill for the most part. They really need a rebuild on their hands. They're basically starting one. He's not the youngest guy.
Yeah, he's an older dude. I mean, his experience, he's got good, good experience in whatever, but he's just not getting enough ball, I don't think. DeBellin, I thought DeBellin was very, he was all right. He tried hard.
Oh, look,
Tough
night at the office. I think that's the good way to say it.
And I think Couchman's the other one that was also very good off the bench.
Yeah, we went off a little bit before about Couchman. He was a great. He's a great youngster.
All right, before we go, let's do the top 3 on ground. 3, 2, 1. I've got my top 3. What's your top 3 tonight?
Well, I think if people were watching the whole review, they'd have an idea. But third is Jeremy Marshall King. Second, I would probably go with Anthony Milford.
Yeah.
And then I'd go with Jermaine Osako.
Yeah, I'm similar, but a bit of a different order. I'd go Milford, number 3.
All right.
Number 2, I'd go with Marshall King. And number 1, man of the match, Sarko, I thought he was outstanding.
Mate, Osako was incredible today. At least we can agree with number one, bro.
Oh, yeah, he was the best player on the field. All right, TJC, that's going to wrap up the review for Thursday Night Footy, Dolphins, Dragons. I'll see you tomorrow, my friend, at Eels and Cowboys.
See you tomorrow, bro. I'm not going to get as confident as Hainsey was versus Yiz, but I'm going to be a little confident.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Should be good. Guys, next time you see me on YouTube, I'll be live from Combank tomorrow for the review, I reckon. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thursday Night Football Review. I'm officially tired. I'm going to bed. This game was absolute dog shit. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Season Sydney.